Good morning, everybody. Well, volatility has certainly been a bit heightened, of that there is no doubt. Yesterday's trading was not really very encouraging because the indices slipped below recent support levels, and at one point of time the Nifty even slipped beneath 11,600. But then it managed to pull back towards the end of the day on expiry considerations. The overall position in the market seems to be still weighted towards long stock, and that too in the hands of retail. So that continues to remain as a bit of a pressure point for the overall market, mainly because if prices don't improve, they will be pressured to sell. Almost 80% rollover we saw in the let's say the cash stocks, that is the stock future area, and that indicates that there is continued pressure. The Nifty or the indices, however, seem to be somewhat lighter because the FIs have become, I think, maybe net short in the market. That's what I checked, and there's a slight bias towards long position in the bank Nifty compared to the Nifty right now. But even there, it's struggling around 24,000 level, and that is not very attractive because a slip beneath 24,000 can take it down by about 500 points. Nifty below 11,600 will likely drop about 100-150 points. So overall situation is at a point where the bulls really need to exert themselves. Now, as far as the individual stock recommendation for today go, I would have a mixed setup. For the long side, I am picking in HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum, and that's trading last at about 180, so can buy this with a stop at about 174, 175, targeting around 190 in HPCL. The second one is a sell recommendation on Piramal Enterprise. There was some adverse news flow, and the stock has been under pressure for the last couple of sessions and does not show signs of revival. So I would expect the decline to continue till about 1185, 1190. So the stock is a sell with a stop at 1235.
All right, Kunal, let's understand what is it, your strategy that you're looking at by way of individual stocks?
So good morning, Avan. I think the market mood could remain in a bit of a somber mode. I believe that heading towards the major event of the US elections, I'm certain that the markets would want to remain a bit on the I would say cautious end of the segment, and rather than being more optimistic. Just one highlight was the Bank Nifty open interest is now one of the highest OI the index has seen in the last 3 to 4 expiries. So this should be something interesting, because if there is any kind of a decisive trend, I think it could probably materialize in the Bank Nifty more because of the bent of the OI towards this particular index. Now going with the last 2 or 3 days of flow, I would continue to have a mixed set of trades, one buy and one sell. The first one is a buy in Hindustan Petro. The stock forming a likely inverse head and shoulder pattern. We saw very good recovery in terms of prices. The stock closing almost at the highest point of the day. So that generally results into some sort of a spillover momentum as well in the near term. So would suggest a buy in Hindustan Petro. Short-term targets to be kept at 192. Stop loss at 182. The second base sell on Bata India. That stock has been clearly struggling. Even in this last 6 months of recovery, 6-7 months of recovery, the stock has been unable to break above its 200 moving average on a sustainable basis, and we've seen selling pressure intensify into this stock whenever the markets show signs of weakness. So would suggest a sell on Bata India, targets to be kept at 1280, stop loss at 1315.